3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! For everybody who's following this Gregorian calendar. As you guys know, this is the Empower Hour. This is the first episode of 2023. We're going to be blessing you guys. It's going to be exciting. We have the one and only Miss Trish, who came back to wrap up the year and to kick off the new year with us. We're going to be sharing our goals for 2023, our thoughts of 2022, and just the well wishes for the community today on the Empower Hour.
I think this is deep.
Welcome to the Empower Hour. We're bringing power to the people because the people have the power. This squad's going to entertain, enlighten, and empower y'all. I'm Queen Kaya, joined by Pharaoh Hammond Freeman and Gina the Great. But before we do anything else, like always, we're going to bless this show and our kings and queens listening.
Yes. Blessed, melanated, rising, my people. I am so grateful to life. I'm grateful to God, our creator. I'm grateful to our ancestors for creating this opportunity for us to be on here this morning. I just ask that the time that we spend on air, let it be very uplifting to our community. Let it be educational. Let it be inspiring. Most importantly, let it be empowering for each and every one of our listeners out there. And I'm sending out that spirit of love. I'm sending out that spirit of light, that spirit of unity, that spirit of strength, great health, peace, joy, and wealth to our community right now. Hotep, amen, and ashe.
Ashe.
Woo! Guys, this is it. This is our 2023, yo. Like the year, it just ended and just started. I don't know what's up, you guys. Tell me, how are things on you guys' ends, please?
Well, this year flew by, I'm not gonna lie, but we hit it with a bang. I finished it with a bang, just surrounded by family, and that's been really blessed. I went on an adventure December 29th, right? So I kind of woke up, it was 9 degrees in Toronto, or I should say Mississauga, because that's really where I am. And I was just like, yo, you know what? I want to go take a walk. So me and my nephew went to the walk. We have a marsh around, so it has like a trail and whatnot. And we're walking and we're talking about the different animals that are there. We're seeing mad trees that are like fallen. He's like, oh, it's the beavers. I was like, beavers? Really? He's like, yeah. I was like, nah, because you hear about beavers in school. Have I ever seen a beaver in real life? I've never seen a beaver in real life. Not in these whole 20, 30, how many years? 38. They're about to be 38 years of me living on this earth. And then we did a next turn. Bro, we saw a beaver.
Oh, word?
Live in the action. Dipping into the water, getting sticks, building dams.
Yeah.
We saw a whole beaver. When I tell you, I felt like I went back to like my elementary days. Like I was just like I looked at him, and you know how when you do it, kids, you're just like, oh wow, and you're kind of just want to excite them. I was like, no, I was genuinely like, wow, guys, wow, everybody, wow, beavers.
Wow, this is amazing.
And like grown adults too, who were just walking the trail, they're just like, is that a beaver? Because here's the thing though, one of the beavers was so big that as I was walking towards it, because it was standing on the dam, it just looked like a huge animal there. And I'm there walking with my nephew. I'm just like, do we want to go this route? Because I'm gonna save him no matter what. And at least he's on a bike. Good.
I'm a fighter beaver, is what you're saying.
No, but the thing is, I didn't know the thing looked like a mini bear. G, like,
wow, yeah.
Is this loose wild animal? What is this? And then you get closer, I was just like, a lie, it's a beaver.
No, and the thing is, they're beautiful animals, but being out at the retreat and stuff like that, I do actually see beavers. And what's crazy is that at first they're really cute, but then you realize that they're actually a menace because they dam up your thing. So all of a sudden you're like, yo, why is my whole property flooding? And and then you check the front, they built a dam and they do it quick. You're like, yo, where did this come from? So at first it's cute, but then they could become very menacing very fast.
That's why you have to, unfortunately, like kind of break their dam. They'll build it back up, but you got to scatter that stuff. But that's the thing too, because in the park, in the marsh area, they had to protect trees because they're cutting down these trees at a speed of like the unknown.
Nobody's business. Yep, that's it. You got to watch out. All of a sudden you think you have a solid tree, two damn things falling on your house.
100%. I was here No, I was here in November for my niece's birthday. Those trees were fine. I walked there now, they're just like, haha, no one's here.
It's like cartoons.
I love the sounds. Gina said, zzz. They were gone.
You're done.
Oh,
Yeah, so that was that adventure that day. The whole day was an adventure because then we went to watch the game, Raptors against the Grizzlies. And I feel bad because, like Raptors is our only team in Canada. And so I normally cheer for them, but every time I go watch them, I have to cheer for the other team because I'm gracing the stadium with my presence because of the other teams 9 times out of 10.
Nice.
So it was a Grizzly Nation yesterday, December 29th, because I know this is being played a little later.
Mhm.
But big shout outs to Dylan Brooks, who hit 25 points yesterday. And at the end of the day, even though he's playing for the Grizzlies, he is our Canadian.
Right? True.
Grew up with my brothers. They all went to school together, played together. My brother's best friend. So shout out to Dylan. He went in the paint yesterday.
Mhm.
And it was nice to see John Morant play too. He hit double, 17 assists, guys. I don't
Damn.
think 17 assists this man did.
what you say? Who?
John Morant.
Okay.
He hit 17 assists, which is 34 points for anyone who, or actually not necessarily, because there could be some 3-pointers in there, but 17 assists and 19 points him. So he had a double there. So the game was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, Raptors, it was a 20 spread for a long time. Then they came up for a little bit. Second quarter, they were coming up. They had all the starters on the bench, and after a while, it's kind of just like, oh no, soup, timeout. Let's put our mans them back on, and the Raptors were never gonna make it. Sorry, guys.
Oh gosh. Oh, I thought the story was gonna end differently. Okay. Yeah. It's like that was it. The slaughter continued, and
Shout out to that.
carcasses everywhere. Okay.
Yeah. It's amazing to see how when you saw children who were about like this big and just see them now as giants, because they're all giants now.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I was about to just end because I was gonna ask you guys watch anime?
Somewhat. Like when I get time.
Well, you
Yeah.
remember you asked us that before. I would like the nasty ones.
Oh, you like mangas? That's different. For any of the listeners out there who watch Bleach, because I just got my sister on Bleach, like literally while we were during this holiday. But they came out with the new rendition, the 1,000-Year Blood War. It's the most fire anime that I've ever watched since Ninja Scroll.
All right. So it's Bleach. Say less, Gina. Which platform am I watching it on?
Disney Plus, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Say less, my friend. Say less.
I've been in Toronto for a minute.
I know. Yeah, you gave
Oh
some
my
Toronto slang just now.
Here we go. She
I know.
already said bans them. So
I know.
Oh,
She already says
when,
bans
you,
them.
when you touch down, it's mans them talk all the time.
When you touch down, it's mans them talk.
You have to say mans them. You gotta say fam and be like
Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
have to say the yays.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll take this offline, P. But like, you have to watch the full Bleach before you even get to 1,000. Don't think you can just skip up to 1,000 Blood War. That's ridiculous.
Say less, my friend. I'm with you on that. Bleach, Disney. Okay, thank you.
Aya, how was your week?
Oh, child, listen, it was a week. I'm just trying to keep my head above water right now. They say to whom much is given, much is required.
Mhm.
I'm thinking I'm ready to just do it less because I can't take it. This is a lot. This is a lot. I think I'm going to go the minimalist route for 2023 because god damn, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Jesus. How do y'all function doing all of this stuff? I'm gonna tell you, for those of y'all who know my past, you know my story. I think maybe this might be why I used to do what I used to do because I need a nap. What is going on?
Yo, so we're burning at both ends, Queen. That's what it is. Mm.
I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, or whoever you want to rebuke it in the name of.
I rebuke it from the universe. The universe, get this and take it and crumble it up here. I am mapping out my quest for this new year. I intend on following it vigilantly. But this year is already looking like I'm going to be crying in 2 or 3 weeks because it's too much stuff to do. And when I got too much stuff to do and it's too much pressure, I cry. I think that's what was wrong with me as a child. As a child, they said I cried a lot. And they used to say, Kaya, what's wrong? And I used to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I feel now. I don't know. Are you tired? I think so. So, needless to say, I am exhausted. There's so much more work to do. I'm changing my diet. I'm putting together a workout plan, and I'm about to change my life. I think I talked to you guys about that in like the 2 shows before this for our avid listeners. Hey, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want y'all to just check it out, check online, follow my journey, because I'm going to be putting up a lot of stuff because I need to be held accountable because I'll go and get in my bed. So that's the beginning of my new year right now, making plans, plotting, and strategizing in the words of my infamous brother and Gemini brother, Tupac Shakur. I am about to bomb first. So this is what it is. So if you're listening out there and you need someone to hold you accountable, if you're, looking to work out, hit me up online. If you have any tips, any ideas, I'm open. I haven't worked out in a long time. For a long time, my workout routine had only consisted of twerking. And that kept me in pretty good shape, but the back don't do the same thing no more. So if y'all have any workout routines that work, hit your girl up. I'm open. And so that was pretty much my week.
Kaya, hit me up. I have a gym in my building, and you're around the corner. So,
oh my gosh, look, I actually have a big elliptical, a nice elliptical in my living room. Ask me if I ever get on it.
No, but because you need a partner. It's different to work out with a partner than it is.
I'm coming to see you, G. Thank you. I appreciate that offer because your girl is like.
I was about to say, like, maybe I should put it out to the OFC community and see if we want to put together a workout group, like just to keep everybody accountable, because we're about to do it for our businesses. We actually have an accountability coach who is going to be following our business owners who take part in the business team meetings just to make sure that they're accountable for 2023. So that's something, that's what she does. She just helps to make sure people are staying motivated, but that's in business. And maybe it's something that we can look for those who are maybe not in business, but who want to be accountable to themselves, like physically, because remember, West Can has a class as well you guys could be taking part in. It's a class for the community. It's an NDG, but it's something done on a weekly basis as well, and I think that could be cool, a good activity for everybody. If you guys did it, I would take part too. Tries always tell me I should come and take part of their workout classes, stretch classes, and different things like that. So I would be down. So very quick, my year wrap-up, year kickoff. So first off, as you guys know, we're pre-recording our shows and stuff like that. So I'm excited for what's coming up in the new year. The New Year's plans this year is we got a hotel. We booked 2 nights at a hotel downtown. I can't remember right now. I think it's at the Embassy or something like that. Just to lamp out. There was no real events we really wanted to go to this year. We kind of just wanted to take it easy, but we wanted to be out of the house, So got a king suite for 2 days. I'm just gonna go just lamp it out with the children. You make it fun for them, Kwanzaa this year was late.
Hotel have a pool?
I think it does. I can't remember. I think it does.
It's good for kids,
It's all about that. But if it doesn't, I know it has this dope hot tub inside the room. So worst case, they could, bubble bath that up and make it, they just make all the mess they want. That'd be dope.
Carpet and call it a day.
That's what it is, So Kwanzaa was fun. We made sure that we had little activities. As you guys are hearing this, actually tonight is the big Kwanzaa event. So next week I'll be reporting more on that and how that was. But I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of awesome things happening within the community. But now to Kaya's point, where I'm going, I was telling Gina offline, I've been burning the candle at both ends, but it's because I'm really determined. Like my new year technically starts next week, Monday, like January 9th. So I still have like a whole other week, and I'm trying to just clear up all my backlog, But my resolution is really, I don't want to be putting things off anymore. I have a very bad habit of, it could be as simple as recording our meetings on Zoom, and then after I'm supposed to back them up in our Google Drives, I tell myself, I'm gonna get back to it. Guys, I've been deleting and moving over folders, videos for days. I had almost 500 videos in my Zoom account. I'm down to like 300 and something. It's crazy. I have anyway, so there's things that moving forward, no more putting aside, no more just recording the videos in Zoom and saying I'll get to it later. No, doing it in the spot. No more putting aside receipts, saying I'm going to file them later. bags and bags of receipts I'm clearing up. And no more just leaving my task on my Trello. For those who need a great project management tool, check out Trello. I'm not paid by Trello. I just think it's a great tool. So if you are in business, look out for Trello. It's a great project management tool, a great thing for working together as a team. But you have to use it efficiently, which I have not been. I've been putting upside all kind of things on my Trello. So my goal and what I've been doing, just going hard, deleting all my backlogs so that moving forward for this year, I can clear things out. I'm really hoping, not hoping, my intention for 2023 is that things start to move move upwards. We have sown a lot of seeds. We have done a lot of hard work. We planted these positive seeds into the universe, and we're expecting to reap. The year for me ended heavily. Like, it was heavy, starting with, like, we had the family in the community that had the fire. I'm grateful that people reached out to the OFC for help. We were able to get the family furniture, funds, like everything. Like, it was really awesome to see the community mobilize. I want to do a special shout out to Lisa Valiant. She had reached out to the OFC first for us to be able to connect with the family. Then after that, we had the passing of our young prince, Shiloh, 3 years old. He drowned in Tanzania while his father was out here doing work, and our OFC members, so we were able to mobilize and get some funds put together for the family and just to continue to support them. So that was another heavy hit. And then we just recently found out about another brother that was killed. We got a call from a family friend, again, said the same thing. It's like, I didn't know who else to reach out to, so I reached out to the OFC for help for this family. And this young man was killed in Bordeaux. And they're saying that, they're trying to say that it was an inmate to inmate type of thing, but now apparently there's people who have different stories. And I know we have brothers and sisters on the inside, shout out to Tange as well, who are listening. And shoot, right now we're still trying to get more answers. So if anybody knows what's up and you guys could get a message out to us, we'd love to know, because the family has a lot of questions. We still have a lot of questions. So anyway, so the year ended very heavily, but it also showed me that the community does see the OFC as a resource. And I thank you all for that, because that is what we want to do. That's what we are here for. When you're going through something, remember the OFC is here for you. And we're backed by our community of business owners and organizations. So I thank them. I thank the whole entire OFC community for just being that community and for being there for each other. So as we're now closing up, because this is about to be an exciting episode with Miss Trish, I want to just give our engineer and our main sponsor, one of our main sponsors. So first, shout out to Andrew, our engineer, for diligently plugging and pushing the show and bringing us to the next levels. We are now on iHeartRadio. We're now on Spotify. We're now on Apple. We are everywhere, guys. Just look the Empower Hour. I think you just search Empower Hour OFC. You should be able to find us on everything. I think we're about to be on Sirius XM as well, guys. So big shout out. And I want to give an extra shout out to Andrew Bakari from Afro Beats MTL, which is one of our major sponsors that's helping us to be able to bring this show and this platform to the next level and helping to create these platforms for the business owners to get that visibility. So I thank both Andrews, and I thank the community, all the sponsors, all the people who buy little ads on the show just to continue to encourage us. So thank you guys for what you guys are doing. And so with that, guys, sit back, enjoy. Today's Empower Hour episode is a special one as we dive into what was for 2022 and what is to be for 2023. Stay tuned. If your goal is to purchase a car and to make the process as simple as possible, just get a car broker, guys. You just get a car broker. Big shout out to our homeboy, Hamsdale Jacques, the owner of hjcourtierauto.com. That's hjcourtierauto.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com. You're trying to get out on the web. You're trying to understand how to navigate through ads. Check out Java Logics for all your marketing, your digital marketing. Where would we be without Preston? I don't even know. Check out Java Logics. I give thanks to Preston for what he's done for the OFC. the amount of positive reviews we've gotten from all his referrals, we're proud to stand behind his work. Check out javalogics.com. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. Keeping the culture alive. I gotta give thanks to West Can Folk Performing Company. For the last 40 years plus, they've been promoting our culture through song, drum, and dance, educating youth, the children, the seniors. Just check them out, westcanfolk.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-de-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
DeVito, WizKid, Burna Boy. Those are just some of the big names that's blessed Montreal thanks to Afrobeats Montreal. Definitely check out Afrobeats MTL for all concerts, show listings, everything that has to do with Afrobeats in the city. Check out Afrobeats MTL. One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people, y'all.
All right, people. So this episode deserves a drum roll. Drew, cue the drum roll. All right, good.
There we go.
This is a special one because we got one of our originators, our builders, one of our homegirls. The one and only Miss Trish is on with us today. What it do, Trish?
Hey people, what's going on? It feels like home here. It feels like home. It does. It's good.
I'm still making the sound effects.
You're still making sound effects? Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So, welcome. This is a Parlay with the People. Parlay with the People.
We already have it done.
No, it wasn't.
Why are you adding to it? It already starts that way.
I got hyped because of the last episode with the vocal teacher. She told me I have potential.
Oh.
So what, Gina? She said I have potential.
First of all, it's an edit because that show's going to be after this show. You said January because the kids are doing next show.
You're right.
Started from the top.
I'm not starting from the top. This is just real life, guys. Yo, so you already know. Let's keep it going. So, but just to say, and people didn't know all that behind the scenes, Gina. That's the behind the scenes stuff. People wouldn't have known what I was talking about. They would have been confused, but they would have figured it out.
No, Drew, edit point, please.
I'm not editing. Drew, make sure you keep the show as is. Okay. So this is what it is. No, well, Trish, nothing has changed. No, just so
I can see nothing has changed.
No.
But that's good.
Yeah, we just said a nicer spot. You know? You know what I mean?
I love it. I absolutely love
just
it.
making it happen. So, Trish, let's just dive right in. First off, Trish, how is life? How are you doing? Let's just, before we talk about the business, let's just go into how life is.
Life is good. I mean, I can't complain, 2022 has been an eye-opening
Talk about it.
year for Miss Trish.
Talk it.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I've been on a journey where I'm discovering myself.
Amen.
And I'm discovering things that, that are meant to happen. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right?
Yes.
I've been doing my blog stuff, my Miss Trish stuff, my podcast and stuff like that. And I've been good. I've been very happy. I can't complain. I've met some awesome people. Some people left my life. Oh well, things are supposed to happen that way. And that's just the way it is,
Well, shoot, we could dive into the tea here. This is the Empower Hour. This is what we're here for.
That's okay.
But
Can we start from the top though? Can we tell for those of you who don't know who Miss Trish is?
Okay. Miss Trish is your favorite vlogger, baby.
Yeah.
Your favorite vlogger. That's who I am. I mean, I've been doing that. I'm writing a second book, you guys. It's going so well. It's going so well. So that's going.
I was reading your excerpt in the last I Testify on Purpose. Shout out.
You read it.
What do you mean?
Yes.
I'm gonna have you sign it. Damn.
Oh, that's cool. Yes. So I did take part in that book, I Testify on Purpose. I spoke about my mom's situation with the stroke and how I kept praying for her to be better. And, you know, I also touched on how hard it is to believe in those times as well, you know. And I got a lot of good feedback for that one, but that's been good too. I was a part of that book. I love that.
Real life, right?
That was hard. That was a hard time for me, a hard 2 months, but you know, we're in a better place now. We're grateful for Mom now, so it's good. It's good.
No, actually, as we're saying now, this is our recap of 2022 episode. All right? Yeah. So it's like we could do a quick round table how the year has been for all of us. I guess I'll start. Thanks.
It really hasn't changed, y'all.
I guess, you know, and this, but the year really has been really up and down, man. Like it's hard to really say if it's been a positive or negative. I guess it kind of, when you add the positives and the negatives, it kind of gives you a good average, a middle average of just okay year. Because the highs were really high this year, I found, but the lows were mad low, and it was like when things weren't going according, and you have to rely on the spirit and rely on what you know is like, yo, I'm going to get through this, and it's going to be what it is. I felt it was just, when it was low, it was really low. It was really hard. I don't know what it was. Like the polarity, the contrast. There's been a lot of awesome developments, like, you know, launching I think the biggest initiative that we launched this year that we're loving so much is the OFC Lotto Co-Pack that we launched in June. We've given away almost $16,000 since we started that program, really, you know, and that's been really fun. And, you know, we have the greenhouse, and we have the retreat, that the launch of the Holistic Healing Retreat and Campground. That has been awesome as well. And being able just to connect, you know, with different people across the globe with what we're doing at the OFC, that's been fun.
That's good.
But yeah, there's been some dark days, and there's jokes. The jokes is the other day I was talking to my boy, and they're like, you know, it's a season. You know, the downtime is a season, like any other season. It just feels like the season's been going kind of long. It's like, what calendar are we using? What calendar?
Yeah.
What calendar are we using that's keeping us in this low season for so long? Right. But anyway, so that's kind of been my recap for the year. So, Gina the Great, how has your 22 been?
I'll start by saying this: 2022 was better than 2021.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I know that, like, when 2020 hit, we're just like, it's okay, guys, 2021 is going to be better. And it wasn't. It was not better. But 2022, I guess the bar was set real low, considering.
Good call, yes.
So 2022 was much better from that perspective. Yeah. But I have to say, I think 2022 was the year that I had to experience my most uncomfortable moments when it came down to, like, the finalization of the purchase of the new property, leaving the home that I was in for 10 years, right? And even like when I moved, I was just like, this doesn't feel like home, and I got worried, because I was comfortable where I was for how long I was there, and then and I'm thinking about, like, someone else is in my home. They're living in it. You're taking advantage of my renovated kitchen, my renovated bathroom, all these things, and I was moving into this bare bone place that I had to build from the ground up at this point, and that was hella stressful. But as the pieces came together, and as I took the time for the pieces to come together, like, my house is a home now. I am from there now. That is where I live.
That's beautiful.
You know, I got to hear a lot more in the quiet. I did feel that, like, I feel like 2022 was a little more quiet, and when you leave room for the silence, a lot of people will show their true colors for the better and the worse.
Absolutely. For
the better or the worse. So that was 2022, and I'll say this: thank God I was able to travel for the first time again. Well, I mean, no, that's not true. I did travel 2021, but it was like really rushed and whatnot. But I went to Costa Rica and I traveled somewhere new. Excuse me. So I think that was 2022. I appreciated traveling somewhere new. It wasn't a perfect vacation in and of its sense because I didn't have a part in like coordinating it and stuff, and then
You did not?
I did not, and so sometimes I was just like, I just want to show up, and I was like, oh, this is why.
I don't just show up. It's just, shit, I'm somebody here. What the hell? Where am I?
Right? Oh my God. That's
No,
funny.
we stayed at a great place. It's just that there's a difference when a 30-year-old is planning vacation and when a 20-year-old is.
Yes.
They don't have the same knowledge that you have. And so
100%.
when I jumped into it, I was just like, did you guys read this? And did you see this? And
Oh my
do you know this is 5 hours away?
Yeah.
Oh no, I just thought it was pretty. I'm like, okay, we're going through this right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But-
it was one of those. Yeah.
But Costa Rica was great. The people were super nice.
Yes.
We stayed in de Talamanca, Puerto Viejo de Talamanca. Yeah, which is where all like the black Jamaican people
Nice.
kind of migrated to. So it was an interesting aspect of Costa Rica. Food was great, you know,
Score.
because that's always a thing.
Yeah.
You're always
Food.
worried about when you go in places and the food not being good.
That's
and,
right.
And that's it. And you know what? So far, winter ain't too crazy.
Yeah, it hasn't been nuts either. Knock on wood.
So
Facts.
2022 is looking up. It can only go up from here. No,
Right.
it really can only go up from here.
Facts. All right.
Yeah.
Good call, dude.
Kaya?
Well, you know, everyone's talking about how 2021 was bad, but I just called 2022 2021 again because it was also trash.
Continue on.
It was.
I love it.
It was also trash. I'm actually traumatized. Actually, I'm sitting up thinking about it, and my underarms just got wet.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to even have to relive this again.
Yeah.
2021 again was different.
Right.
It was different. But a lot more revelations in this year.
Absolutely.
But I feel like as a people, like you said, you know, the expectations might have been lower, but I think what might have happened was that we kind of trauma bonded with 2021 again. So when we came into it, we understood the disappointment that we would face, and then it became it was a learning experience for us. It was like, you know, or the pivoting point where we knew that, okay, this is how you maneuver through these things. So it hurt in 2021, and in 2021 again, we were like, that's nothing.
I've been through this.
Been through
Right.
this. Been there.
Not just it's awesome, but yes, we went through it. So
Yeah,
like we already know.
but we also had a lot of retrogrades in 2021
man.
again. We had a
Too
lot of
many.
them back to back.
Too many.
Yeah, and how many signs were in the one retrograde at the same time? It was so crazy,
Yeah,
and we went through that
facts.
for a couple months at a time.
We did.
So
Facts, yeah.
I think that we are all superheroes that we were able to overcome and still walk through. And look at us, we sitting here today.
Yeah.
We all look good. We put
Yeah.
ourselves together. We tried,
Yeah.
and that's what it means, that, you know, we are survivors.
Facts.
That's it.
So yeah, that I'm not gonna go into depth about my year. My year was nuts, but I'm better this year for it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah, it's-
going into, I don't know what I'm gonna call this year coming up, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know,
I know.
but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the new start. I'm looking for us changing and evolving to our new selves, and I hope that we have more revelations as melanated people, because it says that this is the year that we will move into our power positions. So I'm claiming
I
that
like
for us.
that.
How about you, Trish?
Wow.
How was your year, Mama?
Woo. I'm gonna say, you have to use your word and say revelations as well.
Yeah.
You know, and things are not always what they seem. You know what I mean? Sometimes I've noticed that, I'm learning that, and I guess that's a part of my growth. You know what I mean? That's something that I have to teach myself, because I am a type of person who falls into things very quickly. You know, I don't really measure things out first, and then
Yeah, how you jump in.
I do, and I'm learning not to do that anymore. So I think that that's what 2022 taught me. I also traveled. I went to Jamaica for the first time. That was fun. That was cool.
Yeah,
and I
man.
took over Jamaica's resort. Let me tell you guys what happened real quick, okay? They were doing cent, 5 cent, 10 cent dollar,
yes.
but they were doing it mad slow in Jamaica. So I told the girl, "Give me the mic.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Give me the
Yeah.
mic."
I watched the videos.
I did watch it too. We will share it on your Power Hour page, guys.
I don't think you want to share that one.
$10,
No, I'm not wearing very much.
Oh yeah, we see it. You're showing it all, baby. I'm trying to get some views. I'm trying to get these numbers up, baby.
So
I'm gonna share
yeah,
it.
I mean, that was a good experience. I was drunk. I'm not gonna lie. That
Yeah,
one
you
I
look
was
good, too.
Thank you, babe. I was very drunk, but I had a good time. Jamaica was good. And then after that, again, the blog stuff, the writing, my creative works, they're still going. But I'm happy. I'm learning that different things. Me and Farrah had a good conversation yesterday. I'll tell you guys off air, whatever. It was good. It was good. 2022 was an eye opener. I'll say that's what it was for me.
And I think the underlining thing of everything is like we've gone through the trials.
Yeah.
And it's the way I am interpreting it spiritually. It's like we planted our seeds, and the next season is for us to reap. Like,
yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I like that.
It's
That's
like,
good.
it's, applies
That's
to
good.
all of that, because it is really that. Like, we've done it. We're here, tried and true, and we've done the work, and now it's, it's on to the next. It's on to bigger and better. So let's dive into some of the projects. So you have your blog.
I have my blog.
So let's plug it. Let's talk about it. So what is it? Where are we at with it? What are you doing with it? What's the last
So
thing?
it's still Coffee Chronicles. I'm still doing that. I'm covering more events now.
Nice.
And I'm trying to rebuild my studio to have you guys on.
Yes.
And come talk. Kind of like this, right? And have more people on and stuff like that. I also ultimately would love to do a game show of my own.
Oh.
That is something I really, really, really want to do. And I've been trying to work towards that as well.
Okay.
And I want to write more and I want to produce more. So those are things that are in the works, me behind my camera again. I love doing this, but I like to see my stuff executed on camera.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Or in books and different creative ways. So
Yeah, well, you surprised me the other day when you showed me a music video that you shot, edited, and put. I was like, "You do music videos, Trish?" God damn.
And I shot my own documentary as well. You know this.
That's right.
About mental health, right? Like, so I that's my first love. That is my creative first love. So I want to do those things a lot more in 2023 behind the camera, for sure.
I love that.
Thank you.
Were you about to say something?
No, go ahead.
No, because you just touched on something in terms of mental health. How do I frame this question properly? How can our community do better when it comes to our mental health? Like, what can we do? Because you just touched on that, and you touched on the reason I'm bringing it up, because I feel like where we are as a community, this is one thing we still don't put enough emphasis on, enough focus on. We've gone through a lot. We've gone through a lot of traumatic situations.
Absolutely, yes.
And I just don't find we're communicating about it enough. I don't find there's enough outlets to express it. I don't find there's enough support. So, you who did the documentary, and if you could elaborate a little bit on it for those who don't know, and then let's talk about it. Let's just in terms of what like if you had the control to do something to help our community when it comes to mental health, what would it be?
The first thing I would say is definitely take our pride and egos out of the way, because a lot of people are afraid to speak about it due to that. They have too much pride, they have too much ego, they're scared of these things. Also too, we also have to know that we have people that we can go to and talk to, and no one's going to be like, what Trish said, and gossip and stuff like that. You definitely have to have trusted people around you. And how do you know that? Your family, your circle, your bond, how they respond when you tell them things, type of thing, I think that's really important too, to have a strong foundation. My documentary is called One Shall Not, and I have 3 men in there and 6 women in there. I shot it in 2017. I did this because of my mom's situation. She was very stressed out with her stroke, and that's how it happened ultimately. And I figured, let me bring awareness to what's going on, and then the reception of that. I shot that in a year. I showed it in New York twice. It's used in a clinical study right now at the Jewish General Hospital. Yeah, it's
amazing.
I screened it in Toronto twice as well, and that was good. The reception has been really good. What I'm trying to do is a 5 years later, like bring people back type of thing, to see where they are after that pandemic, after everything that happened. I'm trying to bring them back so we can see where their mental health, how's it grown? Is it different? Is it the same?
Has it decayed?
Exactly. And one of the guys I know, unfortunately, he's in a facility now, which is not the greatest.
Is it a facility that's supposed to help him?
You see, this is the thing. He was in this facility before, and it didn't help him. He said it actually gave him more fear than anything else. This is someone that the police keeps arresting because they don't know what to do with him because of his situation, right? We don't have those resources, I find. That's where we're lacking. And the more you bring it up, it's the more it's kind of pushed back. Like, let's go put a circle downtown. You know what I mean? It's type of things like that where the focus is not there. So
great examples. Like, all right.
No, seriously. Like,
circle helping. Unless it's a portal, but I don't.
Portal for what?
You know me. I'm always.
Y'all playing, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. I was driving the other night. I had someone in my cab for my car for the Uber. And as we stopped, we had to stop before it. And he made a point to say to me, I need you to do me a favor. As you pull off, I need you to look to the right and look at this circle here. And just make a mental note of what you really think. What do you think that this is? Because I'm worried about it.
Wow. And the thing is, I'll tell you guys, when I first saw it, just intuitively, I was like, that's a portal.
It's red.
I was like, it's a portal.
It's lit up in red.
Like, and they could change the color. To me, that was.
See that?
There's no
Where's
fact
the
or logic. It's right downtown. Like, right,
and it connects to
Ville-Marie.
Place Ville-Marie.
Yeah, it's literally.
And it's supposed to be for mental health awareness.
Artistic.
It's just like. Yeah, it just came out of nowhere, this circle.
With no explanations. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google
No,
it.
it just absolutely no explanation. It came, one day you're walking and, this big circle's here. It's like, this is never here before.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Yeah,
so my mind told me when I looked at it, I said, they spirit cooking. Don't walk through there. Don't walk through the hole.
I'm telling you, I don't know where that thing came from.
Just don't be surprised. And Montreal's a very spiritually heavy place, powerful place. It's like, don't be surprised if things if the arrangements weren't already made and they're gonna come right through the portal.
But they put this joint on right when they was doing this UN. You see, they got all the people from the UN here doing a thing on environmental habits or whatever, something like that. Yeah. You see what this is? Listen, we don't even know how half the diplomats got here. They might have walked through the portal.
No, but for real.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry, we want to off topic.
No, it's totally cool.
It's totally cool. Part of what we're talking about. That came
no.
But as far as the mental health is concerned, I completely understand what you mean by that, because there's just not enough resources out there for us, and there's not enough. I see these people, they go to school for all these years, come out, got all the books sitting on their desk, and still misdiagnosed.
Absolutely.
And if a doctor tells you that you have a certain type of mental illness and here, this is the medication for it, and you take it and that medication doesn't work, chances are you might have been misdiagnosed.
Exactly.
Facts.
So we're not looking at what's really happening right now.
We
are lacking. Like, where are the doctors that are out there like House? Like, they only got they only talk about stuff like this in the TV shows, because we need a House that says, no, that's not what it is. This person is missing high doses of vitamin C or magnesium or this or that. And the reason why they look crazy to you is because they actually have an infection that you cannot see. And sometimes infections make you look like you are loopy, like something's wrong with you, like you talk off the top of your head and stuff. But a lot of people don't know. Maybe it might be because they got an infection. We don't know. And the people, they don't be looking at that. They just be like, hey, listen, this is somebody else we can swipe, put on the docket as $100,000 a year in medication and housing.
That's it.
Facts. No. So to the point. So that's really what it is. So it is. I'm in complete agreement. We are lacking the resources. We are lacking the support, but it's necessary. But it's, so coming to the point in terms of just how mental health is impacting our community. Trish, I think you hit one on the head, because I never even looked at it like that. The pride aspect. Like that, there's things that we're going through and we just don't talk about it.
False pride, I think, more than even pride, because pride would say, I need help, come on and help me. False pride says, man, listen, I ain't going in there telling these people my business. They're going to be looking at me like I'm crazy. But sometimes you need to let them just look at you, because that's what it is.
But that's also a part of what we have to unlearn too in our generation, because we've grown up West Indian, Caribbean and stuff like that, where our parents don't talk.
Right.
Our parents don't say anything. You don't tell your business outside and all that stuff. And these are things that we also have to unlearn. And you have to be in a place to be, again, around the right people to tell you, Trish, you need to unlearn. You know what I'm saying? You need to be around the right people to tell you those kind of things so that you can grasp it. And if you're not, you're just going to have a whole bunch of yes men around you. Those are not healthy. You guys know yes men are not good for our futures.
Please tell me when I'm messing up.
That's what I'm saying. Please tell me. And be like, I want to be able to tell you that, Kaya, that was wrong. And you're like, okay, Trish, you accept it. You're not like, girl, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Or I might say, girl, what the hell? But then later on, I might call back and say, you was right.
Well, that's okay,
you shouldn't have said that in front of these people. Not everybody gonna think it's
in front of mixed company.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least I like people that it could accept
Yes.
when they're, when they're wrong.
Yes.
You know, I like that because if you can't accept that you're wrong, something's wrong with you.
Well, I think
you need some help.
sometimes too, what ends up happening too, we have to stop making this a public confrontation thing.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right,
It's how you approach it.
Tact.
the
Tact
way.
is a very big part of my vocabulary.
Absolutely.
So being tactful is a thing. So maybe sometimes people, like I've had somebody say to me, "Oh, that was very phony of you," but I'm like, "What you wanted me to do? Oust her in front of everybody?"
Right.
No,
Exactly.
I waited till after, and I said, "Listen." I know you said or asked us what was but let me I didn't want to say it in front of everybody, but that was horrible, baby. You got to get that together.
Yeah, that's right.
So we don't want to do that.
delivery.
Make you feel like you're being ousted because you have an issue about something. Now it's
I
not a spectacle now.
Right. I like the delivery aspect of it because it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right?
how you say it.
People always remember how you made them feel rather than what you say, right?
Yeah.
So I like that too. I like that
And
too.
I remember having an argument with somebody they were adamant about just telling me a thing in the way they want to say it. And I was like, but if your goal is communication, is to get the person to understand, it's best to say, how is that person going to best receive my message? If not, then you're just talking for the sake of talking, and you're not actually looking to help that person. Because if you are, then you're going to say, okay, you know what? The person is like, some people shut down when you raise your voice too high.
That's true.
So if you come in the room and you're rah, 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 and they're shutting down, it's like it's defeating the purpose. So you know that beforehand, you got to adjust your tone. You can't be like, this is how I speak. So go ahead, continue to speak like that to your goddamn self.
Exactly. Nobody can listen to
Some
you.
people really like to hear the sound of their voice.
Facts.
It has nothing to do about having a conversation because conversation means you have to listen to be able to respond and not just listen to wait and say your point.
That's right.
And there's a lot of people who are just like, oh no, I just want to hear myself talk.
That's true. That's true. Some people listen to respond, not to understand. That's exactly what it is.
So that's it. So this is good because as we're listening and our listeners are taking part, you guys, we're talking mental health now. We've kind of dove into that, but it's something that again, like here on the Empower Hour, the idea is to heal and to support and uplift our community. And these are conversations that have to be had. Like sometimes it's like we're not thinking about it, and maybe it's just for us to say it, crack jokes about it, but to give you that perspective.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So so that was just one of your projects. So you did the so you did the documentary, and that smashed, and that went well. And then you were talking about the podcast, Coffee Chronicles. I'm mentally.
It's okay. That's good. Yeah. Good.
And then what was our next thing that we had pop in?
I want to do. I want to get back behind my camera. I want to do a second part of my documentary for sure. But I want to do something also for like Women's History Month. I've been thinking about
History Month.
Yeah, March 8th. March 8th is my birthday.
Okay.
It's International Women's Day, but I kind of want to do something around that.
Okay.
We have to focus on the women in the city. So I think I want to do something around that. Yeah. I'm not sure what yet, but something's going to pop off for sure.
I like that.
Something's going to happen for sure.
So now, so our people as well. We know you dabbled in the alcohol. We know that you're.
Oh yeah.
My wine.
I have to bring it up because
That's
you love
fine.
It. You know, I have
That's
to bring
totally
it up.
fine. I appreciate you bringing it up.
And it's holiday time, so where's the spirits? What's
I still have my Chardonnay and my Rosé at the moment, and the Moscato will be made in the new year.
Good. Yeah.
And then I want to dabble in some rum.
Yeah, we're talking.
I want to do that. I really want to dabble in some rum or a vodka. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to try a little something.
Are those your two favorite alcohols, or like why
I
are we
like
going
to drink, G. I like to drink. I like
discrimination?
Put it out. Yeah, so we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I think I want to do those because I met some people. I went to a wine rum show earlier in September, I believe, and I met some people from distilleries, and they were like, "Yeah, we can connect with you. We like you."
Yeah.
I interviewed them.
Beautiful.
I built a good rapport with them, so I'd like to see what I can do in the future with that for sure.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, Trish, I know I have some ideas that I would like for you to collaborate with me on, because it's like as you know, we're expanding. We reach out to different businesses. I want to start going to these businesses and capturing them in their space, in their element.
Okay.
And right now we do a lot of stuff on Zoom, but I find it doesn't give that same like that same experience that you get when you go and you connect with people. And I find just watching the interviews and stuff that you do, like you have a way of getting people to express, to come out, come out of themselves, and you make them comfortable. So I know these are some of the things that I definitely want to work with you on.
For sure. We can definitely do that.
Oh, this is good. So now, all right. So we talked on projects. We talked next year. So now I guess it's for all of us to dive into what our plans are, what our hopes are for next.
Well, I got a question because
Yes.
I watched a couple of your podcasts, a couple of your Coffee Chronicles. What would you say like this year was your highlight show? Like your show that you would say, if you guys missed this, go and watch this.
God, I had so many. Jeez Louise.
That's just a good thing.
What was your favorite one to do?
The wine and the rums, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wine and the rums. You know why? It's because, honestly, guys, I have never seen that much wine and rum in one spot, in two places, and different drinks. We walked out of there like, woo. But it was it was the experience of meeting new people, different people in their element and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. And we got to dress up and stuff like that. It was great. That was wonderful. I met like women doing this, like actually working in distilleries, making their own wine, making their own rum, just strong, powerful. It was nice. It was really good. That was one of my highlights. Yeah, I would have to say that one.
That's beautiful.
The film festival too that we did.
Yeah.
Remember? I
That
seen
was
you
dope.
there. That was pretty good too.
Oh man,
That was
but
awesome.
we didn't not to go too far off topic, but that brother's story. What was his name? Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
yes.
the guy that they launched the Black Film Festival with, that documentary.
That was heavy.
Oh my gosh,
That was heavy.
I want to remember so I could tell the listeners go back and check it, because anyways, the Black Film Festival, they launched the film or the festival with this documentary about this young brother, whatever. He was
He's
young
older
at the
now,
time,
yeah.
where that he was wrongfully accused at like the age of like 17, 18 and was in jail for what, like 30, 40 years?
It was like 30, 40 years he was in jail.
Easily, right?
And it was, woo, I'm getting goosebumps talking
because
about
it's
that.
like his story of perseverance, because it was one of those things where for sure, like there was no way he was the actual criminal, but in them times it was like, yo, they wanted to pin it on somebody, and this young boy, there's somebody else in the hood that got pressed and said it was him that did it, and they're like, cool, that's a confession, and the boy was like, what?
Yeah, he was like literally just there.
Yeah,
he was
like,
just there.
and the guy was like, yeah, and
It's you. That's it.
Yep,
Bye.
and that was enough for them to convict this little boy, put him in big man jail for this period,
And he didn't
for
do
30 years. But what is heavy about it, and it's just a story of like, I don't know what, but it's like spirituality, peace, perseverance, because every time they would come to release him on parole, all he had to do was admit it, and he refused. He's like, I can't.
I didn't do it.
I can't admit I didn't do it. They're like, cool, back you're inside for another 10 years, you know? And every time it would hurt him and cry. And his mother had passed away during this time, right? So he missed his mom's funeral. He misses like all kind of different things. And he's like, his mom used to come and see him in jail, you know, like spiritually and encourage him and just let him know, nah, that's not you. Don't let them tell you you're something that you're not. You know what I mean? So every time he came up for parole, he would say, nah, it wasn't me. And then the day they find, like, they're like, I think it was some, again, spiritually, it so happened that the person that had confessed and the person that had said it was him, like something, like, first of all, this young man, his life was shit. Like he because it was eating away at him forever. Like he was on drugs. He was on all kind of. He tried to kill himself enough times.
Yep.
So eventually, it came to him, and it was whatever. To make the long story short, the pastor was able to get to him and say, "Bro, you know, you're gonna have to come correct," because even people in the area knew. Like, it's like, yo, bro, you're gonna have to come correct. So he finally confessed and said, "You know what? I lied. It wasn't the man." You know, and then that was enough to reopen the case and get the man.
And the guys in the movie too.
Yo, yeah, and the guys
they're both in the movie, and they're actually friends now.
That's it. And so the crazy thing is, the man never held any animosity towards
him at all.
I was like, yo, that is a story to say, guys. If you're,
What's the name of it?
Lovely Jackson.
Lovely Jackson.
Lovely Jackson.
It's like, because, and that's
what he named his daughter too. Yeah.
I took that because I have certain animosity against certain people and grudges, and I regret certain things. But after watching that film, I was like, really, bro? Was it that bad? Compared to, like, if the man could forgive a person, you know, that held him, like, the things that you're vexed about, really, bro?
Seriously,
get over it, son. It's not.
It's really not that serious.
It's really not,
because
if this guy could forgive this man and be like, nah, bro, it's all love. I understand you were. He's like, I understand you were you too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was heavy.
That movie was heavy.
Yeah, you know,
that was a heavy movie. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that's a good
Lovely
choice.
Jackson.
Yeah,
and they're good friends now. The guy who told on him and the actual Lovely Jackson person, they're actually friends now.
Yeah. heavy
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a heavy movie.
Yeah. So I gotta plug that. And I guess that was a highlight for 2022 because that was
a good movie.
that did help me. Like I have to say, in all honesty, because after watching, it, I was like, you know what, man. There's some people actually. Real talk. After I seen that movie, I sent some messages to a couple of people. I squashed them.
I remember that actually. Because we did speak on this briefly when you went, because I was so impressed with the pictures and stuff that the babies had taken, the children had taken at the festival and stuff, because they were used for models and stuff like that. Yeah. And you touched on it a little bit, and I can remember after that you talking about it briefly on a show. Like, listen, I just start messaging people and being like, hey, listen. Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like, because that energy, because when you're upset with a person, whatever the case, you're holding that energy. A lot of times the other person doesn't even realize. They're like, yo, what? You're upset about that? They're not studying it. So you're holding that honesty. You're holding that hate. You're holding that thing. And it's heavy for you. You're feeling it. It's not, you know what I mean? And you never know. It could be all preventing your blessings. You know what I'm saying?
Check on your friends that show up looking haggard. They might be thinking all kinds of stuff. Check on your friends, child. Like, what is wrong? Why is she torn apart? You don't even know she holding something, got something going on.
Facts. So, so all right. So I guess this is a time as this is our wrap up and wishes for 2023. So I guess we'll do a quick little tune the tab, and we're all kind of on the spot, even my own self, in terms of what we would like to see for 2023. So I guess I'll start. So for me, like I was saying, in terms of reaping what I've been sowing, I want to see elevation, but I don't want to speak abstract. Like, I want to be very specific. When I say elevation, like, I feel right now, in terms of our businesses within the community, in terms of our families in the community, organizations, I find that we're all still on a, let's just say, struggle, for lack of a better term. Like, I find like we're still not there. Like, I still don't look around and see Black excellence everywhere. And I know, I don't just feel, I know we have the capability and the capacity to, and we have the resources and the means. Like, let's not be misled. Like, it was this year, $24 million came into the Black community. $24 million amongst like something like a dozen organizations are sitting on $24 million. We're not that big of a community. And that's just for Montreal and Quebec. That's what I'm saying. So we have the means and the resources. What I feel like we're missing is a certain level of cohesion and communication, and just a clear plan in terms of what we want for our people. So if I could have any wish or any hope for 2023, is that cohesion as a community, that clear vision in terms of what our plan is, and not just for the right now, what's our plan for our babies, what's our plan for the next generation, what we want to see, so that's what I want to see. I want to see a level of cohesion within the community that really starts to display melanated excellence.
Amen.
I like that.
Cool.
Good.
All right, that's me.
2023. I think I'm going to pull from a quote from a Chinese philosopher, Lao Tzu. And he says, if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're living in the moment.
I like that.
And 2023 is going to have to be peace. And I say that to say, there's moments where I stop and think that nostalgia is cool. It's nice to have things be nostalgic, but you're stuck. Like, build new memories and build them now.
Right.
And if you're worried about the future, that's just imagination. Those are dreams while you have the present. And me as a Capricorn, we're known to be driven and this, and like, as soon as you achieve something, like, what's next? And at some point I'm just like, I don't even have time to appreciate and have fun with what I achieved because I'm working on what's next.
Facts.
So 2023, I want to be more present in the present.
I like that.
That's my plan.
I love that.
I like that a lot.
I think I'm going to be happier in that space too, though.
Yeah, I think
Amen.
Because then when you look in the past, it's like, oh, remember when I was happier then? I was like, oh, well, you're not that person anymore.
Oh my God, that's me. Remember when I was skinnier? Look at you. You actually thought you were fat in this picture, and now you're really fat, and you wish that you could be that fat that you were 3 years ago, because
that is every woman's conversation. Get out of my head. Like, that is everyone's conversation. I was like, I should have been living then. I would have been living the good life.
They was calling me fat at 8, and I seen some of the pictures of me in the bathing suit when I was 8. I was like, they was jealous.
That's how you gotta put it.
I was upstate, made me think terrible things, and that just made me eat more. You guys are setup artists. That's
right.
Yeah. But for my 2023, and I'm just going to use that term loosely right now because I don't know what I'm calling this year.
The continuum.
Right? Next.
Time warp continuum. I'm hoping that this year, speaking of time warp continuums, I heard that last year when we came in on New Year's that the ball dropped a little bit later than it was supposed to because we had entered a time warp continuum. The reason why things look so crazy to us this year. And I don't know if it happened to any of you guys, but when you're riding down the highway, you almost feel like the cars are moving in a different direction a little bit. They kind of look like they're sliding back as you're driving forward. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that.
One.
No.
Okay, well maybe it's just me.
Not that one.
But I feel like I've been seeing some things with time and matter around me. Also, I watched some videos of trees walking, like relocating themselves, and they're showing like the roots of the trees being like they ran up on the tree and they like the tree like tried to stop and they filmed the roots and the roots are like trying to dig back down into the ground. Like, come on. Listen, I have the videos, they're on TikTok, but this is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I hope that we come into this phase of our lives where we actually see the miracles happening so that we understand our greatness. Because I feel like we don't know how to separate what they're sending us as the illusion to keep us in the matrix and what's really real and what we're really supposed to be focusing on. And I think that that's where I'm at with it this year. I hope that I see people becoming more grounded, taking their shoes off, putting their feet in the soil, holding on to the trees, listening to them, listening to the universe. I hope that we are downloading the information that comes to us because I do believe this is supposed to be our year of greatness. And I do think that this is what's happening to us right now. We're going through some of the toughest times in our lives because it's supposed to be so great in the next portion that there's no room for the stuff that we had going on. So it's like the finality of everything. So I'm hoping that in this year that we have coming, that we are all enlightened to greatness because that's where I feel like we're at right now.
And it's like, listen, as you're speaking, like all I'm seeing is like coals, the pressure turning into diamonds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like anyways, that's heavy. That's heavy. It's heavy. We're being tried and we're coming through shiny.
I like that. For myself, I could just simply say, just more happiness. My goodness, we're all going through something. I was just like, just more happiness, please, and genuine happiness. You know what I'm saying? Not the fake happiness.
No fake until you make it.
Exactly.
We're
Just
done with that.
genuine, real happiness. You know, and more money in our bank accounts. I'm not being real. I'm being real now. A little more weight loss for myself, and just more time with my time. That's one thing we can't take for granted. I know I joke a lot, but time. We cannot take time for granted. And I just wish that we would, like you kind of said, slow down and just embrace time with the people that love us. You know what I'm saying? In spaces where we're supposed to be, not forced to be. You know, and if we're not there, you make your own table. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying we have to embrace. I want us to embrace more time because that's the one thing we really do take for granted. That's something I noticed in 2022 for myself.
Because it flew by too.
It went really quick.
I don't understand where 2022 went.
That's what I'm saying. I remember January. I was like, okay, it's slow, and then February came, and then that's it.
And then December.
It's almost 2023. You know what I mean?
No, and giving perspective, because again, another random conversation I was having an ex-veteran. So we were talking about like where's the time going, right? But now, if you take into perspective how much time we invest in social media, we don't take it into perspective. But think about it. If you just spend 10-15 minutes scrolling through a thing, and it's like it seems soft, but there's only 15 minutes in every hour. Right? Yeah. And we only have 24 hours in a day. So you could blow hours not realizing it in a day. And then let's subtract those who are sleeping, right? Right. Right? And because these days it's like because we wasted so much goddamn time on social media, we're sacrificing our sleep. We gotta catch up. So enough of us are barely sleeping. Like we're going out, we're napping. So it's like, but real talk, let's say we subtract like 6 hours out of that just to get some kind of rest in. That's leaving you at 18. Guys, like and then you gotta eat kinda like I'm a terrible example because I eat on the go all the time. I eat standing up even if I don't have to. It's such a bad habit. Wow. I know all my health people who are listening is like, Farrah, I told you stop doing that. But now it's such a terrible habit. I'm so used to doing stuff on the go that there could be nothing going on. I'm just gonna eat standing up.
You should imagine what your spiritual people are saying right now.
Lord, I'm sure I'm feeling it right now. They're like trying to send me, bro. Where are you? You're not on course. You're way off course. Because I'm just like I'm going. But that's just something for us to take into perspective. If I could put a wish out to any and everybody, it'd be let's just to diet off the social media.
Yeah.
Like we got to figure out how to do it because guys, it is a drug. Let's not front. It's like I like even for myself, where I'm talking to Solo. That's one of our biggest Achilles heels. Like we both bat each other up because I'll do random things like I'll make 2 sales, register 2 new members, yay, and decide I'm celebrating by going on Instagram. And it's like, how is that a celebration? Gotcha. How is wasting time doing just checking things a celebration? And then that quick check, 45 minutes later, I'm like, wait, I spent more time than like scrolling through this than actually working and making money. And then at the end of the day, I'm mad at myself. I'm like, I could have made my money today still. Today was a bad day. And guys, this is a reality. I'm just speaking my truth, but it's like I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's like guys, like think they conveniently coined it Instagram, guys. Like we are on drugs, guys.
Wow,
guys, we are on drugs.
My thing, as you said that, I have to pay attention to is refocusing, because I watch TV while on the phone.
Do you?
And okay. And I can watch movies like that. I'll watch episodes and stuff like that. Really? And I'm catching everything, but doing one thing at a time is not enough. Like it's as if like I have this ADD that I never had before.
Okay.
And so like I'll do that, and then when I'm done playing a game, because I'll play games on my phone while I'm watching whatever the show is, and then when I'm out of like lives on that thing, I'm just like, all right. What else?
And not, as if you're not watching TV, as if you're not watching.
And then they tell you not to eat while you watch TV too, because you're supposed to concentrate on what you're eating, because otherwise too it creates a Pavlovian effect. Right. Every time you're watching something, now you're hungry.
Or that you eat while you watch the TV show and your body doesn't register that you've eaten, so then you eat again because you still feel hungry because your body just remembers you watching the show.
That's it.
Yeah. So I want to just hyper focus on the little things, like just like refocus.
Yeah. Appreciate the moment.
Yeah. Yes.
But so that was I just touched on those things. Yeah, these are guys like I pray that people who are listeners take like our intention is to share whatever can help the community. And guys, these are some things that we have to take stock of, man. It's like, yes, we want followers, we want people to whatever be the case, but the reality is, guys, like the time is the most valuable thing that we have.
It really is. And if you really think about it, who cares about social media?
But the thing is, they trick us now because they've attached your money to it. Like, because, you know what I mean?
That's
it's
true.
Like, because especially people who are in spaces like us where you need followers, but you need engagement. You want the engagement. Right. You want to and then you want to turn around and try to turn that engagement into sales. So, but 3/4 of the time you're not actually doing business. You're actually just scrolling through a bunch of nonsense, watching a bunch of random videos. So, but they're like, but if they block you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever the case, you're feeling it. You're like, like
what's going on?
I can't get to my network. And it's like, so they really they have us with that catch too. But it's really like we have to start taking more time. Period. Just understanding the value of the time, and completely. It's like, if that time is not being well spent, we're just wasting it. We're squandering it, man.
Hypothetically speaking, for the three of you, or myself too, if social media were to be gone tomorrow, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff, right? How would you feel?
I'll honestly be okay, because I've done the social media purge on several moments. The last time I did it for, remember I did the 40-day one?
You did Lent? I think I could remember
the 40 days where I just have to check in 30 days, because my sister told me if you don't check in 30 days, like they'll shut it completely down. So I flicked it right back, and I love that moment. Right. And they did the experiment in I think we spoke about this a few weeks back, a school where you had to get rid of your phone for a week. And while a lot of people had anxiety giving their phone up, a lot of them came back and said just like they saw new colors in life. You know what I mean? Like they realized they weren't being robotic in their life.
I got you. Okay.
And then when they got their phones back on and they turned it on, all the messages gave them even more anxiety, because they're just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Right.
So, and also just like I find there's so much fakeness on social media.
I tell you.
So much fakeness. And it's as if it's built up to make you feel bad about yourself.
Yes.
To make you feel like your life isn't good enough. Someone else is doing, and then you find out it's like, oh, that person's on this jet. They hit in the PJ. Next thing you know, it's a cardboard box picture,
Right, it's a rental.
and like it's an open thing, and it's just a cow. And like,
It's just all clouds.
why are people going to that point? Why are you going to that extent to have to pretend that you're living this best
That's
life
it.
and to make people envious? So that's my association with social media, honestly.
And just to that same point, because you just dropped on something or touched on something that this whole divide and conquer thing, it's a system that they've been using against us for a long time, and this it's not even a lot of us are naive to it, or we're just kind of pawns in it, but we're playing into it just by we want to floss and stunt on the next person. We don't realize that what that kind of division and what that's creating is creating that animosity, is creating that it's making the next person want to jump into the rat race to start to compete.
Right.
But that's what the powers that be want. They want us competing with each other. They want us fighting each other. They want us they don't want us working in cohesion and working together to say, okay, you know what, we all don't have, let's just all work together to rise. Right. They want us competing. So that's why they'll take one person and put them at the top and be like, you're better than everybody else.
Gotcha.
And so it creates that. But it's like, as we're talking it now, we should be putting it out so people could think about it, so people could see it differently, and so we could stop competing with each other, and start seeing each other as allies and brothers and sisters, and confidants, so that we could build each other up, because that's what's gonna bring us back to where, and not back in a negative sense. We don't want to go backwards in time, but there is something that we're missing. Life is we're not living anymore, and I've been trying to remember who told me this. It could have came in a dream. But somebody came to me very adamantly about our generation specifically. We have a responsibility because we're the only ones who remember what life was. Our children don't know what real life was because they're in their systems. It's like we're the only real gatekeepers because we actually have genuine memories of living, of being outside, of experiencing what it was like to be close to each other, riding, and it's like, we're taking it for granted. But because our parents, they drank the Kool-Aid long time, so they tried to infuse in us, but there's something in us that refused to take it. So they're trying to get us to conform, and we're like, enough of us just never down. We're just like, Mom, I don't know, man. This churching, I like it. I like Jesus and all, but I feel like there's more to life. You know what I mean? It's, as soon as we could think for ourselves, we started to think for ourselves. But guys, if we don't take our knowledge seriously, take our experiences seriously, if we start following fashion and drink the Kool-Aid like everybody else, guys, that's it, because there's nobody else.
Because these kids that's coming up today, they different, and they not taking care of us. They not wiping my butt in a nursing home. I don't even want to see them. I'm gonna tell you now. And they run funny. They got little stuff going on with them. Their immune systems ain't too great. So
no, it's true.
We experience something that's different. Listen, we was made, our bones was made out of cocaine and marijuana and liquor. So we are tough. We take a licking and keep on ticking. Our parents was doing different things when we was younger, and the drugs wasn't cut down bad like they is now.
Facts.
So it's different. We're different. So these times are the most crucial times to gather and download your information and pay attention. And everyone, you know what, I think sometimes too, we see these things, we like, oh my gosh, when we on a trajectory towards what we've seen in this thing, but this is not actually my field. But I seen it and I'm well versed in it, but I know that this is your field. So we got to stop gatekeeping the information.
Facts.
You know that this information is good for this person over here, get it and give it to them and show them. Educate yourself or educate them. Tell them, no, I don't think you understand the importance of this. Come and sit down. Listen to me. I am your sister. You got to trust me. I am your brother. You got to trust me. Listen to this information, because you're going to be the person that's going to give this to the people later. Educate each other, because right now that's the problem. We got too many people that's not educated in what they need to be educated in. I feel like I absorb this information well, so I'm learning this and only this. This is not even what I'm good at.
Exactly.
So this is something that we need to start looking at too. Find your niche. Find out what's going on. Find out how to educate the people. Grab somebody and pull them and teach the kids.
Yo, Kaya, get out of my head, because as you're talking, I'm like, where I feel the most value is like if we were to invest in a generation, it is these little ones from 5 to 10 years old, because they, first of all, they're our reincarnated great grandparents. First of all, so they're super like they're like, yo, don't come to me no nonsense. Like they like I'll tell you, Nzinga, who's 5, she be putting mans in their places. Like she like, and we're like, where do you get this knowledge from, this understanding? Anyways, but
from my head,
she just knows it. She's like, just things I just know. It's like okay, cool, no problem. But it's not to take it for granted. They might be little, but but they got some real big spirits, and they just want us to give them the guidance, give them the thing, open the doors for them, but they will save our generation. So we got to download information to them, give them the experiences that they want. Do not plug them in front of the social medias, in front of the YouTubes. Don't do that, parents, because it's like they are the ones that can help to open the door. So we got to like give them that freedom, put them in nature. If we can't take them out of school, homeschool them, contact our OFC. I can give you help with that. But I'm just saying, it's like, do not let them, don't take it for granted, because like that they could be our only hope.
Sure. What about you, Trish? You asked the question, how
if social media was gone tomorrow, man, I think I'd be all right. I'm starting to get tired of it anyway, to be honest with you. I know that's how I operate, right? But I think I'm creative enough that I'd find another way, to be honest. I think I'd be, I mean,
creatives existed before social media.
That's what I'm saying, right? But what? It's just because I'm so used to it now. You know what I mean? I am, like, I will spend hours on TikTok, I'm not going to lie, and laugh, and you know what I'm saying? Have a good old time. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't eat anything for the day.
Fact.
Right? I didn't eat anything for the day.
All I ate today was TikTok.
Exactly. Right, learning Beyonce dances and all this kind of stuff. Like, seriously, like, I'm like, oh, snoo, oh no, but I think that I would be eventually okay. It would shock me at first. I'm not going to lie to you. But I think eventually I'd be good. I'd find another way. I know myself.
I would love to try it.
You, Kaya?
All my laundry would be done.
All your laundry would be done.
All of it. I'd probably have hundreds of bottles of sauce made on my counter ready to sell. But this is the thing. How would I sell them without my social media? Because I don't know how to now. Because I'm going to tell you something. My mind works like an old school 5%er. I'm going to come to your house like bean pie, my brother. These ones are 5. These ones are 7. And speaking of, I'm about to start making some bean pies. So y'all look out for the girl. But this is how I feel. I'm about to start going and knocking on people's doors. I hope they don't Dahmer me. Because we live in Montreal. Don't do the Jeffrey Dahmer on me, please.
Oh, my goodness.
But I want to go and knock on people's door and say, look, we got bags of stuff here that you, and maybe you may be interested in the inventory. Here's this booklet. Check us out. This is what we got. Clean. Because that's where I'm at with it. So I feel like that's how I would pivot. That's what I would do. I would become everything that I am supposed to be, because my expectations of who I'm supposed to be wouldn't be so high with all this fake stuff I'm looking at.
That's it.
And it would encourage me to just get busy and doing what I actually know how to do from my hands, which is something that I resorted to as a youngster. And then, because that's when we didn't have the media like that. And then I would resort to my primary, which is being a hustler. Hi.
Knock on doors. That's it.
Guess what I got?
Yep.
And then they're going to tell me something that they need, and then I'm going to make that available. So I think that I would be way further. But in order to keep us in the matrix, in the strongholds, this is what we give, and they're like, here, take this pacifier. And like you said, the Instagram of narcotics.
Yes.
But I don't see us returning into the past, but what you can do with your social media is change your feed. Right. And so, like, at some point when I'm seeing somebody doing these things, or when it's not serving me, when it no longer serves, it's just like, well, this is gonna have to be an unfollow, and I need that every time I go on this feed, which is whatever. Like, I got maybe like 2 scrolls in there, and then I'm done. Unless I'm doing it for the show, because for the show I'll do that and cool, but like, God be with me, because he's just like, you gonna see it in a couple of scrolls and you'll have what you have. That's it. You're good. But then, like, I had to switch it over to like a lot of more motivational things and stuff like that, like things about like dogs and puppies and animals. I'm just like, they're the greatest. Like, so just change your feed. Change your feed where you're not just
I like that. And to the point there that Kyle was just mentioning, I'm trying to remember the name of the multi-millionaire billionaire at this point, and he was like, first of all, he spends no time on social media.
Oh, really?
He's like, I don't go on there. He's like, he has he put like he has people who work for him who put out clips, but he's never on social media. And he's like,
don't get high on your own supply.
Yo,
That's
literally,
it.
and he's
That's
like, yo,
it.
and what he does, literally, to Kaya's point, he literally does. He's like, yo, the old school never stopped working for him. He's like, he goes, he meets companies face to face, meets them. He'll leave there with a $10,000 contract. He's like, because it's an approach that it was never broken. It's just that they fed us something different and made us feel like this is the way.
Exactly.
But he's like, bro, I make millions of dollars. Like, he's like, I'm never on social media, and I'm like, damn. That's what it is. Yo,
would I be richer if I was off social media?
yeah, I'm gonna try.
It's really a
I'm
thought, right?
excited.
Yep.
That's
I'm
really a
excited
thought.
to try it. I'm excited to try
You
it.
know
guys
what,
saying?
guys?
Yo, guys,
I didn't
this
even
is
think of
the
that.
last-
Like,
this is the last episode of the year. By next couple of days, beginning of January, it might be it for me. I don't know. I'm gonna vibe this out. It's like when I say it for me, just a little hiatus. I'm gonna try it out. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm ready to just go complete cold turkey and just jump off it forever. But I'm radical enough where I'll do a 3 months. I'll say, you know what? I will discipline myself for this first quarter of the year from January to end of March. Stay off of social media.
But you know what? Just remove the app. You know what? You don't even have to deactivate your account. Remove the app from your phone.
Okay.
because that's where it is. We're always on our phones. You're right.
If you remove it, because I had to do that with Uber and Friends, because I was just like
Ordering.
Ubering things and ordering, and I was just like,
Yes.
I just removed them off my phone and I stopped.
I got to do that with Amazon.
Yes.
Okay.
I order
stopped.
everything from
Oh,
Amazon.
yeah, Amazon
My sister
too.
just took DoorDash, all of those places
Yeah.
that deliver food, because she's like, no, this is going against my dietary practices. I don't wake up in the morning and they're on at the door like, hi, I ordered this.
Oh,
You're half asleep. You're like, I'll take that to go.
I'll take me an ice cream sandwich from Dippery. Yes, I will.
Stop. Yo, so this has been a special episode of Parlay with the People, because we had the one and only Miss Trish on with us.
Yeah, this is fun, guys.
So Miss Trish, you know how we like to get down. So as we're wrapping up, we've done wishes for the year. We spoke about last year. You know, we like to leave people with empowering words. What are the words? And you know, I like putting people on the spot. What are the words you want to leave our listeners with?
Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts.
Yep.
That's mine. Just trust your instincts.
That
that's it.
is what it is.
And it says
guys.
everything he needs to say.
Yeah.
Yo,
Just trust
that's
your
what it
instincts.
is.
Yep. That's it.
Thank you for that. Let's just remind people again of your handles so that people can jump
I am all things Miss Trish on Instagram, Miss Trish TV on YouTube. God, I have so many. Miss Trish TV on TikTok, and Miss Trish on Facebook. Miss Trish everywhere. That's it. That's it. Miss Trish everywhere. That's
everywhere. Again, thank you guys to all the listeners out there. Everybody, again, just wishing you guys mad love. It's been an awesome 2022, and 2023 is basically, like we said, make it what you want it to be. Peace and blessings.
Kings and queens, this was the Empower Hour with Pharaoh Freeman, Queen Kaya, and Gina the Great. We are on live every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. and broadcasting Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. on CKUT 90.3 FM. Hopefully you got your dose of entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment. Subscribe and watch us on empowermtl.com and email us at empowermtl@gmail.com to anonymously be featured on our What's the Tea Mail segment. Stay blessed, black, and highly favored.